This is Darcy Whitehorn from Therapedia in Rutland, Vermont. I've put together a short yoga sequence for gardeners to help your body prepare for or recover from a day in the garden. We're going to begin with a mid-back roll. So we start with a blanket or a bath towel and roll it up into a long cylinder. And the height may vary depending on how flexible or tight your spine is. This is going to go at the base of your shoulder blades and lie back over it. Interlace your hands underneath your head and drop your elbows out to the side. Take some deep breaths here. Fill up the rib cage underneath the breastbone and under the collarbones. Let your elbows get heavy. And one more inhale and exhale. And release your hands and extend both arms straight up to the ceiling. Palms face each other. Drop your shoulders from your ears slightly and lengthen your arms toward the ceiling from the pinky side of your arm. And now keep your right hand just as it is and reach your left arm up overhead. Keep the palm facing in and keep reaching from the armpit side of your arm right out through the pinky. Inhale here. And exhale. And then bring that arm back up to the ceiling. And switch sides. Left arm stays where it is, right arm reaches up and over, lengthening from the pinky side of your arm. Take a deep breath in and out. And then lift that arm back up to the ceiling. And now reach both arms up overhead. Lengthening still from the armpit side of your arms so your shoulders stay away from your ears. Take a deep breath in and out. And release your arms down by your sides. And now prop up onto your elbows. And I want you to slide that roll down, and you're going to sit up onto it so that it's underneath your sacrum. So not in the curve of the low back, but lower than that into the back of the pelvis. And then once you're there, bring both knees to your chest and squeeze them there. Come back to a breath. Inhale and exhale. And now keep your right knee just as it is, hugged in tight. Place your left foot flat. And from here, slide that left foot out on the mat. Keep the right knee moving toward your chest as the left foot flexes top of the foot toward the shin and lengthens away from you. Engage the muscle on top of the thigh. And now slide that left foot flat and lift that knee to your chest. And switch sides. Left knee stays where it is. Right foot goes flat. And keep hugging the left knee toward your chest as you slide the right foot out on the mat. Top of the foot flexes and lengthen that foot away from you. Engage the muscle on top of the thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. And now once again, bend that right foot and place it flat. And the left foot joins. Lift your hips and slide the blanket out from under you. Coming into a constructive rest position. And now keep your left foot just as it is. Slide your right leg out straight. And now hook your strap on your left foot and extend your leg up toward the ceiling. Hook the strap toward the ball of the foot you extend your leg up toward the ceiling, opening the back of the knee and pressing through your heel, be sure you keep space in the left side body. And keep that right thigh engaged. Top of the foot pulls toward the shin. Keep the tailbone a little bit heavy. One more inhale. And exhaling. And now keep the strap in your left hand and externally rotate that thigh. So turn your toes and your knee to the left and lower that leg out and up. And you can put your left elbow down onto the floor. Be sure your right side body stays down, the rib cage and the buttock, that right leg still strong and engaged. And now lift that leg back up to center. Release your strap, bend your right knee and place your foot flat. And cross your left ankle over that right thigh. And now lift your right foot off the mat and hold on behind the right thigh. Flex the top of your left foot toward your shin. See if you, as you're holding onto your thigh, do your best to keep your neck relaxed. If it's challenging for you to hold on to the right thigh, you can use a strap here to make your arms longer. So as your right knee presses toward you, your left knee presses away from you and the tailbone is a little heavy. And place your right foot flat again and your left foot flat. And now keep your right leg where it is and extend your left leg out straight. Engage the thigh, pull the top of your foot toward your shin, and hook your strap now on your right foot and extend that leg up toward the ceiling. So now as you press up through your right heel and open the back of the knee, keep space in the right side body. Keep the hip bone from hiking up toward the rib cage. The tailbone stays a little heavy. Left foot stays engaged. A deep inhale and exhale. And now holding the strap in your right hand, externally rotate your thigh and lower that leg out and up. And as that leg lowers, be sure the left side body stays down. And you can place your right elbow on the floor for support. And now lift that leg back to center. And release your strap, bend your left knee, and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex the top of your foot toward your shin. And now lift that left leg off, holding behind the thigh, but keeping the neck relaxed. At any point, if you need to, you can feel free to use your blanket underneath your head to give your neck a little bit of support. So holding behind the thigh, right knee presses away from you, top of your foot toward your shin, left knee pulls toward you. Tailbone stays a little bit heavy. And now unwind your legs and place your feet flat. Roll now onto your left side. And bend both knees so they're in line with your hip. Slide your left shoulder out from under you. And now place your right hand behind your head so your elbow points toward the ceiling. And begin to open up into a twist. Be sure you keep space in the side body still. So be sure this hip bone slides away from the rib cage. And as you open up into your twist, you're dropping your shoulder blade toward the mat and your rib cage. And let your top thigh slide on your bottom thigh, making this a multi-segmental twist. Still keep space in the side body, feeling like the right buttock is sliding away from you. And then once you've reached the end of that twist, you can extend that right arm out straight. And then bend that arm again. Place your hand behind your head. Lift your elbow toward the ceiling and roll back onto your side. And now let's roll onto the other side. So onto the other side, knees are bent and stacked in line with your hips. Right shoulder pulls out from under you. Your right hand is on top of your knees. There's space in the side body. Place your left hand behind your head. Elbow points to the ceiling. And now, dropping the elbow and the shoulder blade, the rib cage, the belly, and let that top thigh slide on the bottom thigh, inviting this twist into the entire spine and into the hip joint. Take a deep breath, expand the left ribs. And now as you reach the end of that twist, you can extend that left arm straight. Just be sure your hand is never lower than your shoulder. And now bend your left elbow, place your hand behind your head. Point your elbow toward the ceiling, roll onto your side, and press up. And let's come up to our hands and knees. Grab your blocks and place them at the top of your mat. You'll use them soon. So onto your hands and knees with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. In our tabletop position, slide your shoulders away from your ears. Using the breath to guide our motion, with an inhale, lift your tailbone. Let your belly drop. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and press your breastbone forward. And with an exhale, tuck your tail under, round your spine up, crown of your head relaxes down. Inhale and switch. Lift your tailbone, shoulder blades down your back, and if you're lifting your head to look forward, do so as if your neck starts between your shoulder blades. And exhale again, tuck the tail under, and round up toward the ceiling, and I want you to hold it here for another inhale. Breathe into the back ribs. And an active exhale tucks the tail under. And come back to your tabletop position. Grab hold of your blocks and step your right foot forward. Slide your left knee back. Lift your blocks to their highest position. And let your hips drop forward into a kneeling lunge. Gently press down through the top of your back foot. And imagine your right foot is super glued to the mat, but is attempting to drag toward the back of the mat. Open through the chest, the neck is long. You feel a gentle stretch in the front of the left thigh. And you are welcome to stay here or curl your toes under and lift your back knee. And as you lift that back knee, do so as if you're lifting from the inner thigh, helping to keep the pelvis square. Inhale here. And exhale. And release that back knee down and release the top of your foot. Walk backwards with your blocks and slide your right foot forward onto your heel. Pull the top of your foot toward your shin for Ardha Hanumanasana. And again, keep space in the side body, so let that hip bone drop down. And keep that hip bone heavy as you scoop your tailbone toward the ceiling, but still a slight bend in the knee. Chest is open, neck is long. Inhale. And exhale. And now bring that knee back next to the right. Place your blocks forward again. And now sit your hips back to your heels into Vajrasana. If this is a challenging position for you because of your knees, grab your blanket or your towel and place it between the backs of your thighs and your calves. And that can give you a bit of extra support. Open through the chest. Interlace your hands behind your back. Draw your shoulder blades on the rib cage in toward the spine. Keep your neck relaxed. Inhale here and press the breastbone forward. Press the side ribs forward. Exhale. Inhale again and lift your arms off your back. And exhale. If when you lift your arms off your back, your shoulders tend to pop forward, use a strap. Hold the strap in your hands to keep your arms a bit wide, and that will give you space to lift your arms. Keep opening through the chest, sliding your shoulder blades toward the spine. One more deep inhale, and exhale. And release your hands. Come back to tabletop position and grab your blocks. And now step your left foot forward and your right knee slides back a bit so you can drop forward into your kneeling lunge. Press down through the top of your right foot. Gently pull back through the bottom of your left. Open through the chest and your neck is long. Inhale and exhale. And if this is thrill enough, stay here. Or curl your toes under and lift that back knee from the inner thigh into a long lunge. Be sure you keep the back of your neck long, your shoulder blades pulled into the rib cage. And release that knee down and release the top of your foot. And now walk backwards with your blocks and slide your foot forward into Ardha Hanumanasana. So we have our blocks so we can keep our chest open and our neck long, but let that left buttock drop down so your pelvis goes square. Scoop your tailbone toward the ceiling. Top of your left foot pulls toward your shin, and there's a slight bend in the left knee. Resist the urge to let it pop straight. One more inhale here, and exhale. And release, and bring that knee back to the next to the right. Place your blocks forward again and off your mat. And grab your blanket and place it down toward the center of your mat. I want you to lie onto your belly so that your hips are on the blanket. And come right down, one hand on top of the other and your forehead on your hands. And as you settle onto the mat, curl your toes under and lift your knees as if you could lift them just from the inner thighs, opening with some space in the front of the hips, and then release the tops of the feet down. And now press up onto your forearms into a Sphinx position. And work here on opening through the chest, sliding your shoulder blades down your back, pressing your breastbone forward. And remembering that if you lift your head to look forward, you do so as if your neck starts between the shoulder blades. Sliding the armpit ribs forward. Inhale. And exhale, and you can stay here. Or press through your hands up to a long cobra. Keep the breastbone pressing forward, shoulder blades down your back. Keep the back of your neck somewhat long. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly release down. And from here, press back onto your hands and knees and sit back towards a child's pose. Slide your blanket along with you so you have a place to stack your arms and then let your forehead relax down.